In the heart of Manhattan, New York, where skyscrapers race against the stars, stood the opulent penthouse of the Thomason family. Every year, this penthouse glittered during the Thanksgiving dinner, bringing together the city's elite and close members of the Thomason clan. But beneath this grandeur lay a deep family rift, one that only Olivia Thomason truly felt. Olivia, the youngest daughter of the Thomason family, always felt invisible to her relatives. Her elder sister, Emily, was the family's golden child. Emily was not only brilliant, but also beautiful, charismatic, and a born successful lawyer. The Thomason family, owners of Thomason Properties, one of New York's most influential real estate firms, burst with pride over Emily. Emily followed in their footsteps, joined the legal profession, and quickly became a significant partner in the firm. Each of her achievements was a grand symbol of success for the family. On the other hand, Olivia was quiet, introverted, and deeply passionate about art. Her dream was to become a successful architect, leaving her mark on the city's skyline with her designs. However, her parents, Robert and Sarah Thomason, never took Olivia's dream seriously. To them, it was unrealistic and a waste of time. In their view, Olivia's love for architecture was merely a hobby, completely incompatible with their family's high social status and professionalism. "Olivia, when will you be realistic?" her father, Robert Thomason, would often say with annoyance. "Look at Emily, she's joining our firm, building her career as a lawyer. She's carrying forward our family legacy. And you? What will you achieve by designing buildings? Will it pay the bills? Do you expect us to pay your architectural bills in our old age?" Her mother, Sarah Thomason, who always strived to maintain the family's honor at social events, avoided Olivia. Olivia's presence felt like an unwanted blemish on their perfect family portrait. Olivia's childhood was spent amidst such neglect and humiliation. Every success story of Emily's was a silent wound for Olivia. Olivia's only refuge was her grandfather, Arthur Thomason. Arthur was the founder of Thomason Properties and a legendary real estate tycoon in New York. He always respected and encouraged Olivia's love for art. He taught Olivia how to recognize her inner strength, how to hold on to her dreams. He would say, "Olivia, this world chases money, but true wealth lies within your creativity. Never let it die." Grandfather Arthur gifted Olivia his old drawing kit, and from there, Olivia's love for architecture deepened. Grandfather Arthur would take Olivia to see various historic architectures in New York, teach her design techniques, and encourage her to discover the stories behind each building. Olivia remembered her grandfather once saying, "Through these designs, you don't just build structures, you bring people's dreams to life." Not everyone has this ability. Arthur Thomason had passed away a year ago. After his death, Olivia felt even more alone. Her grandfather was her only sanctuary, the one who understood her and valued her dreams. Thanksgiving dinner was always an ordeal for Olivia. On this day, the entire family would gather and Olivia would have to listen to stories of her failures. This year, the dinner was to celebrate Emily's new partnership in the law firm. Everyone sat at the grand dining table in the penthouse. Crystal glasses and silver cutlery dazzled the eyes. Emily sat proudly with her fiancé, David, an ambitious investment banker. At one point during dinner, Robert Thomason raised his glass and said, "Today, we congratulate Emily. She is carrying forward our family legacy. The future of Thomason Properties is safe in her hands." Sarah Thomason added, "Emily is our pride. She has proven that hard work and intelligence can achieve anything. We are blessed to have such a successful child in our family." Then Robert Thomason looked at Olivia, as if her presence had suddenly occurred to him, and said, "And Olivia, she's busy with her art. We hope she'll do something one day. Although, an artist like her in our family, actually, we don't really need her in our family. Emily fulfills all our needs." These words pierced Olivia's heart like sharp arrows. Everyone at the dining table looked at Olivia. While some relatives showed sympathy, most were indifferent. Emily flashed a triumphant smile, and David looked at Olivia as if she were an annoying insect. Olivia's eyes welled up with tears, but she composed herself. She gave a calm smile. She remembered her grandfather's words, "Silence is often the most powerful answer." Olivia got up from the dinner table. She went to the penthouse balcony. The New York night sky sparkled with starlight, but Olivia's mind was clouded. She took out her phone. Suddenly, a text message arrived. It was from her grandfather, Arthur Thomason. A message a year after his death. Olivia knew her grandfather had scheduled it before he passed away. The message read, "Olivia, I know where you are now. I know you're hurting. But remember, your grandfather loves you. I've left a gift for you. Go to my old study room at midnight tonight. You'll find a blue file there. It's for you. Remember, truth always finds its way to light." Olivia was astonished. How could her grandfather send her a message after his death? She realized that her grandfather might have known that Olivia would be humiliated again at the Thanksgiving dinner and would be emotionally broken. Grandfather always used to say, "Olivia, a person's worth is not measured by their bank balance, but by their honesty, their dreams, and their humanity." At midnight, Olivia went to her grandfather's old study room. The room was dark, filled with the faint scent of old books and leather furniture. She turned on the light and found the blue file. As she opened the file, she was stunned. Inside the file was a will and some extremely important documents. The will stated that Arthur Thomason had bequeathed all his property, including the majority shares of Thomason Properties, to Olivia. Not only that, but he had also left a secret trust fund for Olivia, which she could use to fulfill her architectural and artistic dreams. The will further mentioned that Robert and Emily Thomason, due to their greed and ill treatment towards Olivia, were to receive only a nominal sum, enough to maintain their current lifestyle, but without any control over the family business. Olivia couldn't believe it. Her grandfather had given her such a grand gift. She realized how much her grandfather loved her and how much faith he had in her. Her grandfather had not only given her property, but had also restored her self-respect and the opportunity to fulfill her dreams. The next morning, Olivia informed her parents and Emily about the will. They initially refused to believe it. "This is impossible," her father, Robert Thomason, shouted. "Arthur would never do such a thing. Olivia, you must have committed some fraud." Emily added, "Yes, Olivia, you're always like this. You would stoop so low to snatch our property." But when Olivia showed them the will and other documents, they fell silent. They had nothing to say. Their greed and arrogance were crushed. Robert Thomason's face turned pale. Emily's smile vanished. David, Emily's fiancé, who always considered himself very smart, was also stunned. Olivia then told her parents and Emily in a calm but firm voice, "You always belittled me. You never valued my dreams. You thought I was a failure. But my grandfather believed in me. He knew what I was capable of. He didn't just give me property, he gave me back my self-respect." Emily then looked at Olivia and said, "Olivia, I'm sorry. I misunderstood you. I don't know what we've done." Olivia smiled at Emily. "I forgive you, Emily. But from now on, I will walk my own path. I will fulfill my grandfather's dream. Thomason Properties will now be managed under my leadership." Olivia became the new CEO of Thomason Properties. She brought new ideas to the company, leveraging her love for architecture. She developed a new marketing strategy for the company, incorporating art and design. She invested in various social projects that improved the quality of life for underprivileged people in New York. Under her leadership, Thomason Properties reached new heights of success. Olivia proved that true success lies not just in money or status, but in pursuing one's dreams and proving one's worth. Her story became an inspiration for everyone in New York. She showed that despite family humiliation and betrayal, an individual can rise up on their own merit and find unexpected justice. Her grandfather's faith and love not only gave her property, but also shaped her into a true leader. Olivia Thomason is now a respected and successful businesswoman in New York who has kept her grandfather's dream alive and created a new identity for herself. Her story proves that silence and patience can often be the most powerful revenge. Olivia's childhood was filled with loneliness. While Emily was the center of her parents' attention, Olivia often immersed herself in books in her grandfather's study room or roamed the alleys of New York with her grandfather. Grandfather Arthur Thomason was her only friend and mentor. He taught Olivia how to recognize her inner strength, how to hold on to her dreams. He would tell her, "Olivia, this world chases money, but true wealth lies within your creativity. Never let it die." Grandfather gifted Olivia his old drawing kit, and from there, Olivia's love for architecture began. Grandfather Arthur would take Olivia to see various historic architectures in New York, teach her design techniques, and encourage her to discover the stories behind each building. Olivia remembered her grandfather once saying, "Through these designs, you don't just build structures, you bring people's dreams to life." Not everyone has this ability. Thanksgiving dinner brought a strange discomfort for Olivia. The glittering evening in Manhattan, but Olivia's mind was heavy with an unknown burden. As everyone sat at the grand dining table in the penthouse, Olivia felt even smaller. Emily sat proudly with her fiancé David, as if she were the family's crown jewel. When Robert Thomason boasted about Emily, Olivia pretended to be busy with her plate of food. When her father addressed her, saying, "We don't really need her in our family," Olivia felt as if her entire existence was denied. She lowered her head and sighed deeply. She remembered her grandfather's words, "Silence is often the most powerful answer." She knew this humiliation would make her stronger. After dinner, as everyone was having dessert, Olivia went to the balcony. The New York night sky sparkled with starlight, but Olivia's mind was clouded. She took out her phone. Suddenly, a text message arrived. It was from her grandfather, Arthur Thomason. A message a year after his death. Olivia knew her grandfather had scheduled it before he passed away. Reading the message, Olivia felt a strange mix of emotions, pain, surprise, and a new glimmer of hope. The feeling that her grandfather had not forgotten her, that he was still by her side in this difficult time, gave her new strength. After the news of the will broke, a storm erupted in the Thomason family. Robert Thomason and Emily initially claimed the will was a forgery. They threatened to drag Olivia to court. But Olivia was prepared with all the evidence and documents her grandfather had left behind. Grandfather Arthur Thomason was a shrewd lawyer. He knew what might happen after his death, so he took every step with extreme caution. Every clause of the will was irrefutable. It was impossible to challenge in court. Robert and Emily faced harsh criticism for their greed and their ill treatment of Olivia. The judge praised Arthur Thomason's foresight and Olivia's integrity. Ultimately, the will was proven valid, and Olivia became the owner of the majority shares of Thomason Properties. After taking over the firm, Olivia changed everything overnight. She reformed the firm's old, conservative policies. She hired a new generation of lawyers who were interested in social justice and the use of modern technology. Olivia opened a new department for the firm, specializing in architecture and copyright law. She used her architectural knowledge to bring innovation to the firm's marketing and branding. Thomason Properties did not remain just a law firm. It transformed into a social institution that protected artists' rights and supported various community initiatives. Olivia's leadership brought a fresh perspective, focusing on ethical practices and sustainable development. She initiated projects that provided affordable housing and legal aid to underserved communities, earning widespread respect and admiration. The firm's reputation soared, attracting top talent and new clients who valued its progressive approach. Olivia proved that true success lies not just in money or status, but in pursuing one's dreams and proving one's worth. Her story became an inspiration for everyone in New York. She showed that despite family humiliation and betrayal, an individual can rise up on their own merit and find unexpected justice. Her grandfather's faith and love not only gave her property, but also shaped her into a true leader. Olivia Thomason is now a respected and successful businesswoman in New York, who has kept her grandfather's dream alive and created a new identity for herself. Her story proves that silence and patience can often be the most powerful revenge. She continued to honor her grandfather's legacy by establishing the Arthur Thomason Foundation, dedicated to supporting young artists and architects from disadvantaged backgrounds. This foundation became a beacon of hope, nurturing talent and providing opportunities that Olivia herself once yearned for. Her journey from a family disgrace to a visionary leader was a testament to her unwavering spirit and the enduring power of a grandfather's love. She often reflected on that Thanksgiving dinner, not with bitterness, but with a quiet sense of triumph, knowing that her silence had indeed been her most powerful weapon.